Okay, here we are live. I am doing a special live broadcast today. You guys, I don't know if you noticed, but I stopped by. I stopped by earlier today, but I didn't get a chance to say hello, but it was nice. Uh, it was nice to be there and to check in, and I left some things for people to work on. But I have a special thing I want to try today because one of the things that I found is that people are spending more time staring out the window, which is good. If you're staring out the window, that means you're seeking out interesting things to see, and so that I think is a good use of our time. But I thought I would make that a little more scientific. So I'm going to turn around this camera and I'll show you my insane rig. So I have an iPhone. Connected to the iPhone is a little mini telescope, and we're gonna do some science. So we're gonna watch some nature. You guys can see me trying to find birds and squirrels, and then we'll see if we can identify them. And that's the plan for today. It's gonna take me a second because it took me a while to set up that projector. So it'll take me a little bit longer to get it on screen here. So just give me a second. So that's this one, video capture here. If I go look, I'm not sure if that one is seeing anything at all. Yeah, it is. Oh, okay. All right. So here we are. A nice picture of me as well. And it doesn't look great, but that is because it's looking at my garage right now. So this is a telescope that I'm putting on kind of our live stream. So I'm just going to zoom this in a little bit. Here we go. Just so that we can only have telescope view. And then now I am going to try. There we go. That's like about, maybe I'll zoom in a little bit. There we go. All right. We are officially looking at nature, and I can actually interestingly use the aperture of the iPhone to improve my ability to see. So I'm just going to scan around. This is currently happening outside my window, so I'm just going to close that for a second, and you can see this view. That's me. That's that same camera feed that you guys are getting. Yeah, so I'm looking out my window and I'm hoping I can find a bird. There's even been a couple of interesting ones in my neighborhood lately, so I'm kind of just doing telescope bird watching. So I'm going to scan around and see. I bet I can get that better. Yeah, there we are. Oh, interesting. Okay, so yes, I mean, if I want to scope what that sound is, I know I've got. That's my neighbor's. Oh, was that a bird? No, that's my neighbor doing some yard work because I've gone and opened the window, and so we're getting the sound of outside. So you don't have to use a mini telescope to do this task. You could also, you see that? That's actually a power line just running past my neighbor's house. Yeah, but I'm just using my eyes to see if there's anything that is actually nature worth seeing. Before I know this is probably a pretty shaky camera. Oh yeah, that's my neighbor's house, and we're just slowly drifting downward. Okay. Yeah. So a piece of this winds up being us kind of looking and seeing what there is in the neighborhood. And so some of what it is interesting is seeing nature and observing it. And then another piece of it is just being able to see more closely what's happening around you. If we're kind of feeling stuck in our house, one way to enjoy that time is to look out the window. And this is a good way to do it kind of from a science perspective. So I'm just going to go back to that view. Yeah, and that's my neighbor's garage. If you're tuning in, neighbor, hi. Thanks for letting me film your garage on this live stream. trying to improve the focus. There's quite a bit of branches and foliage kind of thing. This would be also useful if I was going at night to a place that's very dark. I could use this telescope setup that I've got to live stream some stargazing. So, yeah, I've been looking around, and definitely there doesn't seem to be anything nature that I can tune into, which is unfortunate because that would be probably a much more exciting live broadcast. But it just kind of is a proof of concept that you could use this. I could also get that same setup that I have here and put it on a microscope. And then I could use, I could look, instead of looking at something very far away, I could look at something very small that's right there. Yeah, and so I'm using my iPhone and the benefits of my iPhone to improve the ability to share digital information. So that's, I think, something worth exploring. Even if I'm not successful today, I can definitely hear birds singing, but I just don't see any in my live stream. So I think that might be it for today. I put in the effort to try to do a bit of science, but sometimes when you start a field journal, you just don't get anything. Sometimes nature photographers and documentarians will spend years looking for the perfect thing to watch. Yeah, and so I'm going to sign off from this live stream, unless any questions have come up, which I noticed that we haven't yet. But I'm going to sign off like I always do, just to remind you guys, well, first of all, that I'm here and I care and I'm still your teacher, and also that you guys should do your best to wash your hands for 20 seconds as often as you can, and also to take care of each other. Thanks for tuning in today. See you soon. Oh, let me know too if you guys do some nature watching through the windows and if you see anything cool. All right, thanks. Bye.